You're listening to Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marci Persky. In this installment, if horrible things are happening elsewhere in the world, are you still allowed to complain about your Thin Mint addiction? How are your eyes? How are you doing? Everybody wants to know.
Well, okay, so this is difficult to explain, but actually really easy to explain, okay?
Okay.
I feel guilty complaining that I can't friggin' see because there's a war in Ukraine. If that makes any sense to you, it seems like anything that I want to complain about, like before I even open my mouth to tell Frankie that like this little meat sausage things were like hockey pucks, or, you know, the cat pooped on the rug and I stepped in it, or anything like that, my mind goes right back to like the evening news and all these people from the Ukraine getting off these trains with their kids. And I'm like, my life is good. I have cat poop on my foot. I can't see, but and I can't actually eat this meat or whatever it was.
But at least you're not in Ukraine. Yes, you're not. Yeah. I understand that. That's.
Do you really? Does that make sense?
I totally understand that. There are moments in my life where I just carry on with my first world problems, and I don't think twice about complaining about my first world problems. But when you see a picture on the news of a whole family lying on the street with the children with their little backpacks, you think, I better shut up now. Yeah.
And I don't want to say this is like bunking my whole high as far as complaining about everything that's wrong. But it is. And they are more important. But at the same time, the other half of my brain is like, this really sucks. It shouldn't be this way. So talking about my eyesight now turns my brain to like people that are fighting for their democracy and their right to live, as well as people who are actually blind and can't see anything.
So, okay, then just give me a quick answer. Is it better or worse than it was a few days ago?
I'll give you a really scary answer. It's snowing really hard here right now. Like you can't see out the window. And I actually drove Eve to the cat sanctuary through the forest from our house.
So you can see something.
I can see.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
I can see far away.
Okay.
But I can't read any. I still can't read anything.
Okay. Well, I won't make you read anything. That's good. So now my first world problems, which I care to complain about, even though, because basically my first world problems put a roof over my head. So I will tell you my first world problems and my theory. I would like to say that the manufacturers of certain snack foods have done a really bad job. This particular snack food, 4 cheese potato chips that I saw at Trader Joe's, and I bought this bag of 4 cheese potato chips. And the problem with the snack was that it was really, really good. And I ate the whole bag. The whole bag, which I think was supposed to be like 6 servings or something. I don't know. I didn't look. I didn't want to look. I left a few crumbs in the bottom just so I could say, this is a trick right out of childhood where you leave like a half an inch of milk in the bottom of the carton just so that you don't have to be the one to say, we're out of milk, and have your mother say, okay, go to the store and get milk. You leave a quarter inch in the bottom.
My daughter does that with toilet paper.
Yeah, that we've spoken with every male member of the household about.
She leaves the last little square, so that it looks like there's some, and you can rip it off, and
there's none. And then you have to kind of duck walk to the cabinet if you can't reach it from the toilet. Yes. Well, in this case, with the potato chips, which is in the kitchen, not the bathroom. So there are a few, at the bottom, and I think, screw this, I'm not going to eat the entire bag. And I put the little bit of chips in the cabinet, and I come down and I announce to the spousal unit, I am never, ever buying these potato chips again because I just ate the whole bag. And he said, no, you didn't. I just finished the whole bag. It's just a little bit at the bottom. So I'm outed now. Like, he knows how many I left. He knows they were new. He knows I ate almost all of them. He can eat potato chips all day and all night. Nothing bad happens to him.
Yeah, Frank is the same.
Yeah. I just want to wrap up by saying I will never buy those potato chips again because it's like, because they're too good. So they screwed up. They screwed up these potato chips. You should contrast them with another snack at Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's had these little like cheese cracker things. And I was hungry while I was shopping. Never go shopping when you're hungry. It used to be fine at Trader Joe's before COVID. They had the snack people, and you could have like a little coffee if you were really hungry, or maybe a little snack, and then you didn't eat your way through the whole, didn't put everything in the aisle. But these little cheese things, they were bad. They were pretty bad, but they were not so bad that I couldn't eat them. So I would buy those, and I would only eat a certain amount of them before I remembered that they were really bad. And then I could, slowly make my way through them. And there was I think it was 4 crackers I could eat before I went, these really aren't very good. And I would put them away. So I would buy them again after I'd completely forgotten how bad they were. But I am never buying these chips again because I will eat the whole bag. So smart, dumb, you 4 cheese potato chip makers, because I'm never buying your product again unless you make it worse.
Well, let's talk Girl Scout cookies.
Uh-huh.
I sat there last night in my big giant chair, laying back, reclining, and devoured a whole box of Thin Mints that I didn't realize that I had devoured until they were all gone. And an hour later, I felt so sick. I'm not kidding. Like every inch of my body was nauseous. Even like the palms of my hands wanted to throw up. I was so sick. And Frankie could tell by looking at me something was wrong. And he goes, "What's wrong, babe?" And I was like, "Oh, I really don't feel good."
But you didn't want to tell him what you done?
No, I did not know. And there's another box of those damn Thin Mints. And I remember when I was a little kid and my sister made me drink whiskey and I threw up all over, and I've never drank whiskey since then.
This won't work with the Thin Mints.
No, this doesn't work with the Thin Mints.
Right.
It's like, I don't know, it's like cookie heroin.
Yeah.
You eat it, you overdose.
Right.
You get your Narcan or you puke, and then you want more.
Well, I have two solutions. If you really want them out of your house, I've learned. Remember the Halloween candy fiasco, right? Where I went through and I picked out all the Whoppers and the Reese's cups. Yep. And then I was worried that I might eat the Kit Kats because I got the mix from Costco. I was worried. You can get a mix anyway. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it at Walgreens. Yeah. I was worried. And plus, I was really peeved they hadn't put in any peanut M&Ms, which really bothered me. So I was eating everything in hopes that I would find by accident a little bag of peanut M&Ms. So I learned, I went to the post office. I hate going to the post office. They had a little dish of Halloween candy out there. And I said, "Do you guys like Halloween candy? Can I bring you all the Halloween candy that didn't get taken by the trick-or-treaters?" They said, "Absolutely." So I brought them 3 pounds of Halloween candy. And you know what they said? "Thank you." They said, "Thank you."
They said trick or treat.
No, that too, but they said, "Thank you." And so if you really want not to waste perfectly good, totally calorically valueless Girl Scout cookies, bring them to the people at the post office or wherever you do business with a nice cashier. A present.
I want to eat them.
No, you don't. Oh, I learned something else that can help you.
I am a nice cashier.
Yes, that's true. At your hospice, bring them to the hospice and share them, the hospice store, and share them with people. Here's another thing I learned that I wish I didn't know. Sometimes I learn things that I really, really wish I didn't know. I was blithely telling this is going to be the all Trader Joe's show. I have a feeling.
We don't even have one out here, by the way.
Sorry about that, but I know you know what they are because there is one in Flagstaff.
No, there isn't.
Where is
There's
there
one in Prescott.
Prescott, that's where it is. Prescott,
which is 2 hours away.
Right, because my girlfriend makes a special Trader Joe's run to Prescott from where she lives near Cottonwood on a regular basis.
Yeah, she's much closer.
Yeah. Well, next time I come up to see you on the mountain, I'll do your Trader Joe shopping for you. But I've been telling everybody for years that San Francisco's famous double rainbow ice cream makes Trader Joe's ice cream, which I, for some weird reason, figured out a long time ago. But apparently, dog going nuts. But apparently it's a closely guarded secret and not confirmed, right? But for some weird reason, probably because I had resisted eating the double rainbow ice cream, Trader Joe's ice cream in the freezer for weeks and weeks and months, I actually wanted a little bit of it, and then I wanted a little bit more of it. And then I thought, I'm going to confirm for myself whether or not this ice cream is made by Double Rainbow that is sold under the Trader Joe's brand. And the consensus of the world of the internet is that it is, but no confirmation. However, I learned something about the two guys from Brooklyn who started Double Rainbow. I learned a lot of things. But
Did you learn it on Reddit?
No. One of them is dead, but one of them said that when they were tasting ice cream and developing their flavors, he had so much ice cream that he gained 20 pounds, but the way that he could continue eating the ice cream without getting sick was to coat his stomach with, I believe it was plum extract. I'd never heard of this in my life. But now I thought, okay, what if I want to eat all those potato chips and not get sick or not feel bad? Or if you want to eat all the Girl Scout cookies without getting sick, I'm sure we would all be absolutely reluctant to eat plum extract. Wouldn't you? I totally would. But what if by eating plum extract, you could, for a few seconds of discomfort, ingest an entire box of Thin Mints without feeling nauseous? Would you do that?
Here's the other part of the problem with that.
Oh, no.
Is that I am going to Hawaii in a month. And I have gained 20 pounds since this Hawaii trip was first planned.
Well, we've talked about this. It's all in your chest, so why worry?
No, it's not.
It's
not.
Well, it's certainly not in your butt.
No, because the butt's all in front. I have a front butt.
Okay.
I have a dad bod.
Well, just wear a t-shirt. No one will know.
I know.
The sun's bad for you anyway.
Well, I'm so old it won't matter.
Right, so wear a t-shirt.
I've had so much sun in my days on Earth. And my time's just being outside and telling everyone that I'm allergic to sunscreen, which was a big fat lie. I just wanted to get tan because I get really tan. But I think any damage is already done. It can't get any worse.
I don't think so.
So I want to sit out at the beach and read a book and get tan. But A, I can't read.
That's a problem.
And B, I have this giant front butt. But then C, Russia's bombing Ukraine. So none of these things really, really matter.
I think that pretty well wraps up our life in a nutshell. Right there. There's really not much you can say or complain about after that. Thanks for listening to Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. If you'd like to do us a great favor, please leave us a good review wherever you hear this podcast. You can follow us on Instagram at Turi Ryder's She Said What. And you might also enjoy my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air, which you can find any place you buy your books or on Amazon.